Okay, good, good. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all having a fine evening. As I've kind of mentioned throughout a couple times before in this week's going to be is a little shorter, leaner, just because I didn't want to butt up against GDQ too much. Turns out it's unavoidable no matter what you're doing, but uh, here we are. We're doing Vintage Cube. This will be we'll be doing one more of these next week on Tuesday, and then but we're doing this one here. The Vintage Cube sticks around until the 13th, whatever Wednesday is next week. So,
Secret Wednesday.
yeah. I don't know what it's changing to. I don't know if they've noted that yet. They said, so like, it's supposed to change. I'm going to look that up right now quick, because that'll just take a moment. Because next week on Wednesday, they're getting rid of the Vintage Cube and making it something else for another week, and then after that, it's Kaldheim release. So, no.
I have not really been following Call Time much at all.
That's because they've had a really, really poor spoiler release for it.
That would explain things. Yeah, they haven't.
Their spoiler season is like 10 days for a big set. I don't get it.
Huh.
It starts on Thursday this week officially, and is like full spoiled a week and 3 days later or something like that.
Weird.
It's very strange. And we've had like about a half dozen official spoilers, and then like another dozen leaks.
Yeah, I am aware of the legendary squirrel. That's something I'm aware of.
Yes, that is one they did show. I think that's the last official spoiler was the squirrel. Just a quick look at this. Vintage Cube, January 13th, and then January 13th through 20th, a brand new addition to the Spotlight Cube series. More details to come later.
Oh, so it's a mystery cube.
This article is from today. Okay, unknown still.
So they have not announced what
know.
it is.
All right. So, but yeah, anyway, pulling back up. Thank you for the sub, Shabadoo, and thank you for the sub, Your Crazy Paw. Appreciate them both. Please enjoy Cube Slime for the Cube.
I wonder the reason why they're having a very, very, very limited spoiler season for Kaldheim is because they're going to do a big plot thing in Kaldheim or something.
One of the spoiler cards implies that. However, one of the other things is I'm not sure what of all of the leak cards are real. My guess is like it's probably like 80% they all are. The thing is, if all of the leaked cards are real, Kaldheim is a set with I think 11 mechanics or something like that. It's unreasonable.
Which that's gonna be a mad fucked up draft environment if that's the case.
Like it looks like a set with infinite mechanics. Yeah, that's what Cam brings up. MC Subtle, thank you very much for the sub as well. For the power of Cube, indeed. Yeah, like some of them we don't even know yet, but we were like referred to on cards. Others are implied by the existence of cards. Yeah, so who knows? But yeah, what Thursday is the official spoiler start for that. Anyway, what we're here for and what Doc has joined for is
Vintage Cube.
Vintage Cube.
I keep on convincing myself, oh man, this is finally going to be the Vintage Cube that I reinstall MTGO for, and then I just don't want to reinstall MTGO. But, that aside.
Somebody is up to 5 trophies in the Commander Legends draft.
Well, congratulations on having that much patience.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, Vintage at the Phantom Draft League. Let's jump on in, hit join. Team J-Bro up top by almost plus 10. Oh, we are immediately in. All right.
Okay, then.
I see one of my favorite cards immediately. Getting to pick
Uh,
Leovold on pick 1 is just a fun time.
yeah, I playing with Leovold makes you feel like the biggest asshole in the world, but like
It
in a good way.
always
And
does.
the only problem is that we never actually get to play him because we always see him too late, and he's a 3-color card.
Yeah.
But if you just commit to Leovold now, why not go for it, right?
Right. I'm like, the thing is, Amy, thank you very much for the sub as well. Keep your eye open for draw 7s. Yep, I will do that.
Hmm.
um, but yeah,
One of the that is one of them, for
mhm.
instance. But although that one's different because that return cards to exile their hand from that, right?
Yeah, it
So
doesn't actually work the way we.
it mills them 7 is what that card
Well,
does
it doesn't even mill
functionally.
themselves 7. They don't. They just fail to draw the cards.
They okay, yeah, fair, yeah. It doesn't make them
Yeah.
discard it. It just does nothing, and then they get the cards back that they
Uh,
were not allowed to have in their
Other
hand.
powerful stuff. Sheldred would be pretty neat in different
I love
directions.
Sheoldred. Sheoldred's my favorite praetor.
I am willing to pick up mana pretty heavily to make this function. E-Witness is
Hmm.
nice. Um, but yeah,
Blooming Marsh is fixing for your two your colors.
yes, Bloom Marsh. Nothing else of super high power in here. Um, but yeah, the other reason I like Leovold is that if we have the fixing set up, it's easy for us to if one of the colors is cut, we can still functionally make a deck.
Yeah, 100%. Because black, green, blue, green, and blue, black are all. Blue, black, I think, is actually the weakest of those 3 in Vintage Cube, weirdly enough.
Though it has the strongest individual.
Individual cards, yes, but the blue and black cards, like the ones that are blue and black in Vintage Cube, are all kind of junk.
Yeah, I like Witness here. I like Shriek Mob a little less. Imperial Seal's cool. Teferi's powerful, but clearly outside of the scope of what we've decided to do here. Bitter
Mm.
Blossom and Bribery immediately stand out. Maelstrom Pulse could be a good wheel. Um,
I like Bribery a lot
Bribery wins
myself
you a
here.
ton of games in this format.
Yeah. Maelstrom Pulse also genuinely a really good pickup,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Maelstrom Pulse is
weaker. It's mainly just because it destroys one non-land permanent and occasionally tokens. But
yeah.
because in a singleton format, that's never hitting anything more than one, you know?
Yeah. The good thing about it is that like answering artifacts and enchantments and even planewalkers obviously is at a very high
Mhm.
like premium here. So
Weird thing, but I could see a world in which you use that to destroy clue token.
huh. Huh.
Sundering Titan
Man, nothing in here is huge.
finale. Animate Dad. Animate Dad's legit.
Yeah, we could literally just grab that and see if we can find something to do with it. I mean, we
You are in Reanimator colors here too.
yeah,
So
like say things like Sheldred or Ashen Rider and Chart of Course,
mhm.
bits like that come back around. Maybe we find Fauna Shaman to get things functioning. Sundering
Yeah,
Titan
you're
here is a little sad to pass if that's the point, but
yeah.
um, Skoos is also a realistic pick here. I've always liked Skoos.
You're probably getting one card back out of this, although it's like
I think we're getting nothing back out of it. I think if we're getting anything back,
even if it's just the Leona's
yeah, I
Triumphs
was
is what
gonna
I'm
say
getting at.
Sylvan Caryatid Exhume. Um, how like I know we passed up a couple Reanimator pickups early, but like we could pretty easily shift to go heavily that direction right now and still keep Leovold in the deck.
Yeah, Leovold works with it. Is nice thing about him, because it
Yeah,
permanent you control, not spell or permanent. Okay, never mind.
yeah.
You can still counter things while Leovold's around without giving you them card advantage
Okay,
off of it.
here's a card that works really well with Reanimator style setups. This lets us
Yeah, Liliana.
Liliana lets us feed the graveyard. Near battlefield's also like something to pick up.
Mhm.
But this is more important because this is not only a Reanimator, uh, like enabler, but just a good card.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially like say we do have Leovold to pick up, the card advantage from it. We don't have anything immediately outside of the Reanimator to use the graveyard with, but we'll find that. Uh, I want to say that Progenitus has been cast for this mana cost like 4 times in the history of Magic. Like,
I know that I remember a million years ago there was one cube in which you did play Progenitus. I don't think it was off of its mana cost.
yeah, Progenitus shuffles into the it has a
Yeah,
shuffle clause. So
yeah, it's more you cheat it out in other ways. You don't cheat it out by reanimating it.
accept a Chupacabra here. It's fine.
You okay? I remember how you got it. It's because he's a green creature and you natural order
You
him.
natural order into it, yes.
Yeah.
That's the most likely. I will note that I did specifically say for its mana cost, which
Ooh, here we go.
well,
There's actually some good stuff in here.
this doesn't work. Just as a note, this again has a shuffle clause.
Right, yep.
Well,
Greater Hope's ability does activate when it's from the grave.
yeah, this is
So it still can work on that front.
sad to see the Tree Speaker with it, because that's a card I always like to go with.
You might also just pick up Tree Speaker instead, though.
Yeah.
It's a more she's a more versatile card, and it still works on plan.
I'm gonna go with the Crater Hoof here.
Fair.
Okay. Shieldred.
Shieldred,
I
let's
know there's
go.
an Ashen Rider next to it, but I actually like Shieldred more. It's a more reliable,
I
continuous
also like
source.
Shieldred more.
Sad to pass this. This is a card that actually is extremely good for this style of deck because it's a way to get us into it. This also basically tells me Reanimator's wide open.
Yeah, Collective Brutality is and Shieldred are two hella real cards in Reanimator.
And now Imperial Seal's value is super high.
Yep.
High. So that's a target.
Terracodon's a good target.
This is a fine target. None of these do anything. I'm just gonna take. I don't really care.
Nothing. Hate drafting literally doesn't matter in this, so you doesn't. It really. Yeah, Voreska's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Rotting Regisaur is also pretty good, just as a big beater.
Yeah, lets us get stuff in the yard. Okay, so we got some stuff over here that doesn't do anything. I don't think Craters actually are speed, but we'll see. What's our plan? Animate Dead and Exhume. Our plan's pretty straightforward right now.
Yeah.
We have a Reanimator set up. We need a couple more Graveyard Enablers. We need a couple more... another Necromancy there.
Straight up Necromancy.
Yeah, just straight up Necromancy. I don't hate it. This is a pack I was wishing they were fixing in for us.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's none at all.
We can't Dark Rit because Dark Rit already passed by. We passed that.
Yeah.
Probably still fine with Necromancy, and then we're probably good on reanimation spells. There's almost nothing else. Or
the only other reanimation spell you'd really highly pick up is Recurring Nightmare.
I also could just pick Elish Norn and table the Necromancy here.
That's fair too. Yeah, I mean, the Reanimator seems extremely open.
Extremely open.
Metamorphose is not functionally fixing. That is a storm card.
Also, I don't know if you've seen our deck, President Arc. This card fails to function in almost every single way in it. It's also a 4-drop that does nothing on the turn it comes down. Prime Speaker of Vanifar is very bad. Gonti, Corpse Dance. Mystical Tutor?
Gonti or Mystical Tutor, yeah. Mystical Tutor does help. Mystical Tutor is a good card here.
Yeah. What's Up Heath could also function if we do find more fixing down the line here.
Yep.
I like the idea of Mystical Tutor because that absolutely should, like Exhume. If we can find we want to find a discard outlet this could grab as well as the thing.
Lotus Bloom is a little bit unreliable for Reanimator can kind of require some timing stuff to make it actually function, and Mask Worm is pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you don't have complete control over that timing, it can be kind of a problem.
Masquerade is extremely castable on top of being like just good here.
Yes, you can just play Mask Worm.
Um,
Entombment is absolutely in this cube.
yeah. Chromox is also like a reasonable want here, but I think I'm more interested in this.
Include the Progenitus solely so you can Chrome Mox it for 5 colors. Grave Titan.
What if all our
Beast
Reanimator
Within.
targets are also like super castable creatures?
Yeah, that's good, honestly.
Yeah.
Wheel, unfortunately, is like the only draw 7 that you can't really use effectively.
Right, we can't get that to work with Leofold. God, our fixing is so bad right now.
Which sucks when we
seen
literally went into
nothing.
this saying we'll pick up some fixing, and then we've seen fuck all for it.
Nothing.
Search for Tomorrow is hopefully something we get back, but we're not going to.
Treachery, Sack Tribe, Burrow. A couple of pieces of fixing that don't work for us. Yeah, I'd also like to see some signets, but we've seen 0 of those as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like Treachery. I think the green is basically our splash, so I don't care for Elder Gargoth. Yeah, I like Treachery. Geist. Library. Library and Woodfall Primus are kind of the things here. Library is a reason to actually include green. Sack Tribe fixes, but right now green looks like our tertiary color, so that's not, like, real. Like, if we're fixing with our tertiary color, that doesn't fix, you know?
Yeah, because that's the color you need the fixing for,
Right.
first and foremost, you know?
Nah, I don't care about Hero's Downfall here. That removal isn't... We're in the wrong cube to want Hero's Downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Probably fine with Primus. Sylvan Library is also really good, but we have a ton of these reanimation targets in this deck. I'm going to add some more freaking Reanimator spells with Mannequin. Night's Whisper is also fine. Wish that was castable. Basically not. We'll grab Night's Whisper here. Living Death?
I love Living Death.
Nothing else.
And it probably will work just fine, right? Like,
we don't have the creatures to get Copter to function. Is a bit of an issue. Necromancy did make it back around.
that would be a creature that you would. Yep, there's not. Yeah, okay. Green's actually pretty open too. Courser's still here.
Yeah. Oh, let me get you eyes. What am I doing?
I wasn't gonna hassle you for it. The delay is pretty reasonable
I know.
these days. I hate Corpse Dance. Graveyard Order was such a bad idea.
I know.
Good reason why they abandoned it very quick.
Assassin's Trophy and Beast Within?
Yeah, see, this is why I'm saying I think that green's pretty open, even though like we were thinking of it as our tertiary color.
Yeah.
Stack Tribe is genuinely good. Still need fixing though. Like,
yeah, this is very bad. Hero's Downfall isn't the card I really want in the deck, but that's fine.
If you get capable enough to just fill your grave, Elish Norn is still considered, considerable to put in, but right now I don't think so.
Ulamog on the
Hey, Ulamog.
wheel. Right.
Fauna Shaman.
That's very nice to see.
Fauna Shaman.
Competing with Misty Rainforest and off-color Signet. And that's about it. Pack Rat's also really high here.
Yep.
As a discard outlet. Both of those are really nice. Damn. I don't think we can pick Fauna, Shaman, and Pack Rat here. I think if this deck functions, it needs to have the fixing to be able to cast. Unless we like.
Hopefully, Fauna Shaman comes back around. I feel like it's hard too because if someone's playing green, they want to play Fauna Shaman.
Yeah, they want the Fauna Shaman. So.
But hopefully, on the off chance that like this is no one's picking the green except for you, and on top of that, Fauna Shaman is like a primo Reanimator card. Maybe those two things together will make it so that she comes back around.
Yeah, that'd be
nice. It's unlikely though.
This ain't much. Inquisition's kind of just a good card to have around. The Dryad is fixing air quotes. That's errata on Fossil Find, if I remember right.
Fossil Find? What?
Sorry, there's conversation going on about something about Graveyard Order, because we talked about Corpse Dance.
Ah, right.
I'll take Inquisition, because the card's actually good. Thoughtseize. Oh.
Thoughtseize and Inquisition, huh?
That makes me feel better about the interactability of this deck.
Yeah, having the Hand Ripper suite is actually really good in Vintage Cube.
Yeah, the other cards in here are like Thief of Sanity is really nice. And like Primetime Ulamog are other like top end bits we could have, but I don't feel like we have a need for those. Primetime's like fixing in the sense that we reanimate it and then we can cast all our spells.
Yeah, which, hey, genuinely, that's like the only form of like the technically fixing that we've seen so far that I think is legit, you know?
Yeah, I think we're going to get like a card out of this that I want back. Because like Sphinx as well is like a reanimator target that like we pull it back against, oh, well, I guess we get a Tar Pit.
Creeping Tar Pit is fixing and also a creature.
Yeah, but Sing the Steel Wind has decks where like it can just be the end of the game. So, like any Gruul pile, you just play that and they go, oh, whoops. Okay, again, fixing kind of beats everything here.
Yep, Overgrowing Tomb is, especially because it's a forest and we don't have any fetches. Never mind.
No, we have a fetch. We have Misty Rainforest.
Okay, yeah.
So.
It means you can fix black off of the Misty Rainforest now, which is good.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, it's finally coming together. Over Demonic Tutor, which is miserable to see. Oh. Hey, you can detutor for a land if you want to. Demonic Tutor is fixing.
I know. It's the better card here. It sucks.
Yeah.
Because that's the on-color signet. But, damn,
It's the devil's advice, but it is also, like, genuinely true. It's the worst use of tutors possible, but it also does work and can, make it so you can play your hand.
Tasker, Fatal Push.
You've got no power, no Moxen, so...
I don't really like Fatal Push. Tasker could be fine, but like I don't really want to remove my grave.
Well, Tasker will remove your grave, but also helps fill it back up again, even if it's very, very slow.
Dude, that's so goddamn slow.
Yeah.
Unbelievably slow.
Oh, it's also of opponent's choice. They're just going to put the big thing that you just discarded back into your hand anyway. Library. Library or Oath of Druids? Are you confident enough in your Oath of Druids suite right here?
Our deck is basically 1,000 Oath of Druids targets anyway.
You want to go for it? The rate of seeing Oath of Druids get played in this cube is
0.
Minuscule. It's tiny. It's nothing. So seeing it actually happen would be pretty dope. I'd Putrid Imp.
If you make the cut, something horrible's happened. All the reanimation targets are gone. Looks like people figured out they need top end for their deck and they can't use all these. Like, sure. Oath into Terastodon is basically winning the game. You just blow up
Yeah.
your oath.
That gives you another 3/3. Yeah. You blow up your oath and you give them 2 because you destroyed their lands.
Okay.
Is Oath of Druids the maybe most I'm a genius oh no card in the game? I feel like.
It's very that and like Eureka.
Yeah. Eureka at least is you're playing chicken with it. You have more control over it.
Or how many times Show and Tell has been that. But I think Oath of Druids is a larger subset of that. Where like
And,
Oath of Druids, you can also play it and have it just like do nothing.
mm-hmm.
All right, we need to do this. All right, cards that make the deck: Imperial Seal, Inquisition. Can you sort up here, please?
Inquisition and Thoughtseize both definitely getting in here.
Exhume, Anime Dead, Pack Rat, Detutor, Liliana, Necromancy. Say Living Death.
I'm confident in playing the Leovold still. Even if you don't have any draw 7s, he's still a pretty decent card.
Yeah, I'm almost unconfident in our blue. The 2 blue cards that exist are really goddamn strong.
Yeah, Mystical Tutor and Bribery and Treachery, actually. Like, all of those are really good.
I'm pretty sure that the 2 you mentioned are the one you mentioned is the only infect card in the cube. The only other ones I can think of would be like maybe Blight, the Blink Moth, or Ink Moth, but like, or like Phyrexian Crusader, but like, again, infect kind of sucks unless it kills them. So, that Liliana does say mill 2 cards because they backported the word mill onto every single card in the Gatherer.
Oh, and mill is an official card term.
Yes.
At long last, as of this year.
As
of last year,
yes,
sorry. 2020 ended,
yeah,
thank goodness.
It became a official card word 2 sets ago. So, like,
they
core
finally realized after like 15 years of trying to figure out a term for mill that was not just the word mill, and then realized, shit, we could just call it mill.
Yeah. All right, here's my thought process on our biggies. Kind of want to play the ones that, like,
you can actually play off of mana.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. This deck isn't like accelerating in any way, but like, God, we have so little ways to get shit into the grave. Oh, this sucks. Ooh, this was
this plan did not come together.
No, this is
it was looking really good in pack 1, and then it did not happen.
No, like having like the Fauna Shaman style stuff was like okay, we passed Fauna Shaman, but I still got Pack Rat out of that pack, which is like our only discard outlet in the first place.
Pack Rat and the Liliana.
Boy, I can play Putrid Imp.
You could play Putrid Imp legally.
All right, well, let's go ahead and put the Oath stuff in here. Vraska's fine. Like the walkers are gonna be fine. Yeah, I'm still sitting here thinking if I even want to do the like bribery treachery stuff because our mana base is not super great. They're probably still powerful enough that I do, but you know. What is my fixing? It's Creeping Tar Pit and Misty Rainforest. Because like I could just get away with not playing the blue other than Leovold Splash, which is
you could, yeah.
To try to make the mana base better, and then like bring in those bribery treacheries if they're like super, like if they're super win the game. Need 3 more includes. Do I actually want to play that Putrid Imp? How hard up for a discard outlet am I? Pretty.
If you're playing the Oath, I think you need more things to Oath in.
Yeah, so I think we actually need less targets for it. Do I play that? All right, hold on, what's my creature set? So right now, my creatures are Pack Rat, Sack Tribe, Leovold, and then the biggies. Do we want more stuff at the top? Like,
I feel like Oath needs at least a couple more at the top. I would say one or two. Elish Norn has an advantage in this situation by being also an anti-Oath card. You know, anti your opponent's stuff card to go with that.
yeah. I'm gonna fill this up with just some kind of filler stuff. Hero's Downfall and Fatal Push are similar-ish in the sense that they are removal. I don't actually want to include like Nighthawk Scavenger could be fine for us, but I don't want to include more creatures. Liliana also might be fine. Yeah, let's just go with this. So to actually look at the curve, this is what it actually looks like instead of like whatever the hell I was doing. So it's not actually that bad. All right, let's get the fixing in here, and then it's gonna be like one island, three forest, four forest.
Yeah.
That plane's out of here. This is an illegal deck. Okay. This gives us 12 black sources, 7 green sources, 3 blue sources, and Sack Tribe Elder, and D-Tutor. So, okay. This had such a really strong looking start.
It really did. Like it with how, your opponents were going into things, it felt like that this was going to be it felt like this one was going to be an easy decision, right? But
The thing we're missing is the Entomb style effects. We have nothing of that sort.
yeah, you can't just search for something to put in into your grave.
Yeah, so that's a little awkward. We also, because blue ended up not being one of our colors, we don't have any of the cards that you'd want from blue that do that. Like Jace, Luterial Core,
Fact or fiction? Gifts ungiven.
Yeah, Charter Course. I'm thinking of the like frantic search, the like really cheap draw discard effects. So yeah, I don't know about the blue Hydropoke again. It's just I'm keeping in the Leovold because it's easy to cast, I feel.
Yeah, it's something that you can play on turn 3 and benefit for it.
Though maybe that's the fool's errand. It was our first pick. So
It's
therefore
true.
it'll never show up.
Mm-hmm.
As is the rule. God, not having Signets makes me feel really, really bad on this deck too.
I still think it was correct to pick the
D2
over
over it. I know. I agree. It's just oof. You know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In round 1. Yep, these are the worst hands this deck can produce, and we're going to have a number of these. That's better. There's no world where that hand is keepable. No. Absolutely not. That hand was a mulligan to 4. Do you know how good Oath is when all of your targets are in your hand? You realize that Oath mills from your deck and puts a creature into play. All right.
Fast bond.
Okay.
How many we going? Okay, that's 2 life for a land here.
Sure. Are we...
Oh, and they're actually keeping... Oh boy, 5
What is
damage on
happening
first turn.
here?
Let's go. Oh, who cares?
Wow, that's your turbo?
That's something that we actually like that. That's good for us.
Turbo Blade of the First Pride, go. What? You got it. Well, this is both players.
It's each player.
This
yeah.
isn't
If it twists the
one-sided.
next turn, that means everyone discards. Well, okay, that doesn't actually affect them. Really, it makes them discard 1 functionally.
Like, I'm just gonna oath.
Yeah, go for it. Weird. We're the player with less creatures.
Like, what worst case is, again, like Sack Tribe, we immediately block Sack and then get another run.
Chupacabra, I think, is the worst case.
That's not in our deck.
If you're playing it. Okay, yeah, all right.
I chose not to because of that reason.
Mm-hmm. Chupacabra is incredible in a Rexer deck, but not in a... Okay, pod, huh?
Okay. What is happening?
What are you doing with your head?
Okay. Place the trigger on the stack. Choose target opponent. Would you like to use the ability? Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I guess it's the other worst option. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still a 6/5 that drains them too.
Yeah, they get to oath back at me, but like,
thing is too is if they're playing Birthing Pod, that means that they are a Birthing Pod deck. That means that they have a actual like sliding scale of CMCs, right?
I did that
That means
wrong.
that they probably have a lot more whiffs compared to you.
I did that incredibly wrong in that. Help. Oh, it's unfixable. I passed turn for no reason there because I was trying to set a stop on their draw phase.
Oops.
Like, because I wanted to be able to Assassin's Trophy whatever they played if it was something actually threatening, or hit the Birthing Pod.
Okay. A 3/4, a 4/3. Gotcha. Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Cool. It has a disenchant on it.
Didn't know that.
This has a ton of text.
Yes, I realize that now. This is a card with many text.
Okay. Well, I wish I had Vraska next turn, but that's fine. I missed. Oh boy, what is this? 5? Mole Drifter.
You can still just swing into them.
Yeah. Oh. All right, what do you got? I am being incredibly punished for not playing the land.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate.
That sucks. Yep. If I draw a reanimation spell here, I win. The reason I'm not fetching to fix is because there's a land on the bottom of our deck, so it doesn't do anything. But cost us a life. Okay. So right now... Yeah, any reanimation spell ends the game. Because like a guy attacked, they block with acidic slime, and then...
Yep.
We reanimate
Mask Worm then drains them too. 4.
Yeah. Worst case is like a plow under. Sure. They are the most pod deck in the world.
3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and yeah.
This is birthing pod the deck. What's this final card? Well,
Yeah. Go for it. Take more damage.
this was miserable.
Okay, well. That's going to make them not want to...
They'll attack with Muldrifter to kill it.
Right, yes, because you can't block with block Muldrifter. But that is the only attack they can do here? They could also attack with the acidic slime, I guess.
That'd be pretty aggressive with no cards in hand versus my 4. Like, the fact that we have 4 cards in hand, like, is a threat, you know?
Yeah. Somehow even deader than land.
Yeah. Sure. What's your final draw here? Red, red, red? The hell is this?
Kiki Jiki for Muldrifter? Or they're going to do Solemn?
You lose the game?
Yeah, buddy. You have to sacrifice the oh, they don't realize this the Massacre Worm's going to kill them. This literally kills them right here because they have to sacrifice this at the end of turn. And then you swing out and then they realize, oh shit, all of my stuff dies.
Yeah, I just attack and they'd lose.
Yeah.
They just drew 2 cards, so they have 2 unknowns, but like... This isn't exile, it's sacrifice. It's very important that it's that different. 2 cards in hand, can they answer Massacre Worm? That's a nothing.
Nope. They... Okay.
Thank goodness.
Okay, that also will help it back this up. Doesn't matter. All right.
Oh, God.
Interesting decision of our opponent to choose to lose.
Okay. Very dangerous.
Yes.
All they had to do was not that.
Yeah, they needed to not play the Kiki Jiki. I'm just glad that they tit for tatted you on making a mistake.
All right, so Fatal Push is in this matchup. They have enough things that targets. Oath's quite good. They will not make that mistake a second time, let me tell you.
That is extremely a single-time mistake, yeah.
Yeah, Garrick could be fine here. Yeah, their deck is, like, they lose the game to Massacre Worm, you know? Kiki Jiki and a Knight to gain 4 life was actually a move they had. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that would have been a good use
Now
of
you're
Kiki.
thinking. Thinking about this Garrick as well. Again, I do kind of want to be able to disrupt a, Kiki play.
Yeah, the thing is that they're playing Kiki Jiki, who is a very dangerous card.
They have to have like a resto.
Definitely.
Or
I mean,
something,
that just fits in pod regardless, right?
Yeah.
Like Restoration Angel is just, even without Kiki Jiki, is a pod card.
Maybe this is Leovold out. They're not draw 7ing at us at the moment.
They're doing the opposite of that, in fact, by playing the Spirit.
Like, what if I make my mana base a little better?
It does help against their Muldrifter, at least.
Yeah, it means their Muldrifter doesn't function.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to make my mana base a little better here. I don't think bribery is what we need in this matchup. That doesn't really.
They're value creatures for the most part. They're not big game-ending creatures.
Yeah.
Or at least from what we've seen. They might have a 6 that is extremely value creature.
This is every hand this deck makes.
Yeah.
This is every hand. Oh, no. Cancel. Down the Primus. Okay. But I not take out. I must have put in too many lands when I swapped things out.
Oh well.
Oh no! I thought I. Ah, damn it. Whatever. Ooh, well. If I can draw like that, I don't care. Yeah, I thought I swapped out Leovold and 2 lands for 2 lands and push. Right? I brought in Garrick Relentless
I think
as
you
well.
only took out the Leovold
Yeah.
and then put in 2 lands.
Okay.
And push.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Yeah.
Hi, my name's Packrat. Here to party. So they have fast bond for nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was that they had some fast bond for something that cost 4, but they played the fast bond, or maybe even beyond.
What is happening? Kiki? Kiki on an empty board.
Drifter.
We drift him. All right. Sure. We pass him. We'll just leave up removal spells.
They don't have the pod down yet, so.
No. I'll kill it in response to pod.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what 6 they have, but I ain't gonna let them pod Muldrifter into a 6. This deck neither has Recurring Nightmare or Survival of the Fittest. It would be a lot better with both of those.
Yes, I want that to happen. Of course, the energy that I put out is always pick those up. I want those. Come on, let's go. But it didn't happen. The closest we got was Fauna Shaman. We actually had to pick a fixing card over Fauna Shaman. Well, you can just kill both of these.
No. 1.
Not activating Pack Rat in the middle of that is always a little bit concerning when you see someone do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do they have in hand when they didn't activate Pack Rat? Ah, Omnath.
That fucking sucks. They can't.
That is...
They can't copy it, but I mean with Fast Bond. Like,
Yeah, I know that's
oh,
part of why it fucking
shit.
sucks, yeah. On top of that, if you don't Assassin's Trophy here, they also benefit from the Assassin's Trophy on Omnath.
I think I have to Assassin's Trophy the Omnath on trigger.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I think we have to. This could end very poorly. We might lose on the spot. Like they might go grab an island and immediately Pestermite or something. I also have to do it before the draw's on the stack, so they can't just play 3 lands. Make a billion mana at me.
And nug you for 4. When Omnath enters the battlefield, draw a card. We couldn't figure out a blue mechanic for this card.
Who gave that draw card?
It's the blue mechanic on Omnath.
God.
The mana's green, the damage is red, and the gaining life that's white. All right, how much mana are they gonna accelerate here?
None. They're attacking me for 2 and passing.
Fair enough.
They don't have enough. They don't actually have any lands left.
I am really appreciating this Living Death that's actually going to kill the shit out of you if you play it.
Oh yeah, we like lose the game if this card resolves.
Yeah. In a graveyard. You want to animate a Mole Drifter?
Say that with the Omnath.
Yeah, because the Omnath also is pretty good. It gains you 4 life. You don't have any way to get more off of it, though.
If I draw my fetch is in the grave. Sack Tribe, I guess, would be the
the only real way.
Basically, I'd be giving up the body for. I want the card. Let's be real here.
That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, you need the cards more than anything else. Mole Drifter gets -1, -0.
Good.
Okay, if you manage to get those into your grave, Living Death is suddenly super real now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pass. So our current problem is
You need to activate Pack Rat twice.
Yeah. Well, the other current problem is Kiki Jiki's in play.
Yep.
Doesn't Pack Rat let you discard whenever for 3 mana? So
yeah,
it will
so we
take
have to
some
discard
time.
it. We have a way to get into the grave. We just need to do it over 2 turns, and then also survive another turn to play Living Death, which is, a rough place to be in.
Yeah. Very least, if we control the Mole Drifter, like, they don't get it. So, like, they come back with just a 2/2 Omnath. Still sucks.
Yep. But it sucks in a way that's kind of reasonable, I think.
Depends on what their board looks like. If we have to fire off the Elishnorn with just the Elishnorn in the grave, I might do that. I would love to run their hand out here. I want them to just slam 2 cards onto the table. That's fine.
The more cards, actually...
That's really good.
if you manage to pull it off and the Omnat's in their hand instead of on the field immediately, that's actually good. If they play it before you actually living death, that's just a Wrath and they get nothing.
So they're gonna play the Omnath. They're gonna copy the Witness, get back the Vista, play the Vista, landfall, landfall, landfall. Hopefully slam their hand onto the table.
Hopefully.
I just want them to slam like non-value, like, you know, just creatures onto the table here.
And here's the thing: if we don't need to agree on getting both creatures out, you just get one of them out with the living death because you can consider this to be a Wrath of their board.
Yes. Okay.
God, I love living death. What a stupid, fantastic card.
Okay, so they crack the Vista, get another land. This gets them all the mana in the universe. This is that dumb standard deck that got banned.
Yep.
This is literally a banned standard deck that's viable here because...
Do you want the... you want the Elesh Norn of the two of these, right? Because the Terracodon will destroy the fast bond and, like, that's it. Or do you want to grab the Terracodon, blow up some of your lands, kill them?
Kill them in one turn.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually better, yeah.
Slam your hand on the table, please. I love Omnath's pose.
Omnath's doing two different Wayne Reynolds poses at the same time.
For me, it's you hear about video. Oh shit! Is that game?
Hear about?
That's game.
That's probably game. Damn.
There's no way they don't kill me here. They sack E-Witness to go grab. They can grab anything. Like they sack E-Witness to go grab Resto, and then this game ends. Right?
Yeah, that sounds.
That's the worst. No.
No, they grabbed something. Oh, they don't have Resto. Resto would have been extremely the pick there because they would just, yeah, okay.
Or like, also they sacked the tokens, so there's nothing in the grave right now.
Yes.
So this is just value Kiki. Sure.
That's them. They played out their hand. You're good. You win.
Mm-hmm.
Or you probably win, barring an exceptional top deck.
I might blow up their pod.
That's fair. Yeah. You definitely want the Terracodon of the two of these. You want to put that in front of, and also get Pack Rat back?
Yeah, I think that seems fine. So, like, we block Pack Rat, lose the real Pack Rat. They get back a Cobra, but that's okay.
Or, I'm.
No, they'll protect it with Mother Runes.
Yeah, so never mind. I started to think about it, right? Oh, you're saying you want to trick them into doing that. You want them to protect it with Mother Runes here.
Yes.
Okay, and yeah, they let priority pass over to you just in case you have a way to.
Okay, now they can protect it if they want.
Which I guess they don't because, yeah, they already have 1,000,000 mana. Makes sense. Good follow-up. You'll be able to just play that. If you don't Terracodon any of your...
Yeah. Sorry, that doesn't change the line. It's not lethal.
No, it doesn't kill them if you just play it. It deals 10 damage to them.
And I don't want to leave them with pods, so...
Mm-hmm.
They have flying blockers, and I don't want to put Muldrifter in their graveyard, so...
Mm-hmm. Hello, opponent. Do you know the card Living Death?
So we kill their pod. I still probably kill 2 of my own lands.
It does kill them very quickly if you do it.
Yeah.
They play a Cobra back because it's the well, they don't play it. They just get the Cobra back.
Cool thing is also that it's exile creatures, and then
Mm-hmm.
like it's exile. Yeah, so they do get the card from Solemn. It's fine. So kill that and kill. I don't care
You
about
got
cutting
plenty
them
of
off.
black. It doesn't really matter.
Let's cut. Let's do this.
And the good thing about this is that you can put Elishnorn in your grave again.
Yes. Yes, please. Right. Our deck contains cards that might care about that. Cool. So they have 2 cards in hand.
Were you aware, opponent, that Living Death is one of the few cards that entered design and then left went in development and was printed exactly as it was first developed in design? It was never received any changes whatsoever. It is a perfect card. Oh, dope. Super good.
I thought it's easy. What are you holding? Cool.
Planes. Okay.
Happy to know their hand is useless.
Yep. Whew, I'm happy to see this deck performing.
So they're going to activate Needle's Fire. That was the other thought, was killing Needle's Fire, but like turning this into a 3/3 is like the same as it being a land.
Yeah, they just take out one of... yeah, okay. Still do 9. They have one more blocker next turn.
So they have to draw removal for Terastodon or lose.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lose to Pack Rat if they do.
Pack Rat.
Because it's Pack Rat.
Pack Rat goes too wide for you to deal with. Sorry.
Pack Rat always gets its due. This card, for those who aren't familiar with Pack Rat, this was like game-ending super threat in Limited.
Freylease does not...
To make a chump blocker?
Makes a chump blocker and that's it. Still loses to Pack Rat.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
I do also just want to see you draw lands running, because that would also be an alternate way to win the game.
I actually might want to discard the Massacre Worm because we have multiple ways to reanimate it we could draw.
I feel like you do the Elishnorn first because it has the same result in this case.
True.
And that's the card that doesn't function in your hand. That actually wins you the game right there. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Because 6 damage from Pack Rats and they can't block all of it.
Ahem. Good old Pack Rat.
Wins games still.
Nothing beats this card. Like,
It really is. Nothing beats this card.
yeah. So to quick aside, so not everybody watching played Limited in Return to Ravnica. So
It's
you might not be
literally
familiar.
unbeatable card in that format.
You might not be familiar with the power of Pack Rat. You might know Pack Rat because we've talked about it a lot. Maybe you do. That's fine. Yeah. This is a rare.
Yep.
Not a mythic, a rare. If this card showed up and you played it on turn 2, let's go ahead and again we're taking a quick aside here. If I go into collection
Side, I'm going to be hopping off, so please, yeah, let's do this real quick and then.
Yeah. So I just want to pull up Return to Ravnica. And I want, so if I'm on the play and I play Pack Rat On turn 2. How many cards answer this?
I can think of exactly one, I think.
Yeah, and it's unplayable garbage most of the time. The one I'm thinking of, at least. Maybe we're thinking of a different card. Electrickery was a very poor card.
Yes.
It's the one I'm thinking of. All right, so...
I'm thinking of a different one, and I was also wrong, because the card I was thinking of cost 3.
Yep, okay, so... Well, nothing here in white. I guess we can detain it, and that's off the turn. We can soul tithe it, and that doesn't do it. I can bounce it with a Cyclonic Rift, which is a really good use of that card. Well, let's look in black. Black probably has ways to kill it. No.
Oh,
no,
weird.
No.
Was this part of the era in which not even black got good removal?
Here we go. Here we go. Ultimate price. We got one card that does it. Yeah, Electrickery. Yep, this card was not one you played a lot, because this was a format of 3/3s. Busy Mortars, another rare. All right, cool. Abrupt Decay. Dreadbore. Those will both do it on turn 2. Yeah, like...
Both also rares.
Yeah, a couple of the charms will do it. Like, the number of cards that will answer this card on time in any sort of meaningful way is like...
And also only work on that first turn.
Are so minimal. And what if I just play it on 5 and they have a discard? Yeah. You know, like, you can just wait.
Yeah.
It's very silly. The card was a super threat. Boros Charm is 4 to the face. That one doesn't do it. Yeah, it was unreasonable, like, how no answers there were to that card. It wasn't Drana level no answers, but Drana came down on 5. You have to play the game before that. Packrat came down on 2, and then attacked for 2, attacked for 6, attacked for lethal. Like, so. All right, well, thanks for joining.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. All right,
I'm glad to see you win that first round, even if we have a poor opinion of this deck.
I thought we were going to lose to that pod turn, but they didn't have the combo, so.
All right, I'll see ya.
Catch you later, Doc. All right, rounding into round 2 then, and see if this deck can pull off some more victories. But yeah, sorry for I feel the aside is important because not everybody played during a Return to Rav. It's been almost 8 years or so, maybe longer since that format. So if you weren't there for the limited format, you're not going to remember it. You know, only as us talking about it. So that's why I feel it's important to remember these things. Well, let's see if this plan works. We're not on the play, so it's nowhere. It's not the Packrat was a much bigger threat on the play than the draw. There were 3 mana answers to it. You could arrest it. You could augur, spree it. There were a number of removal spells that worked for it on 3. We're gonna lie to our opponent. I'm here to lie. Don't pack rat me. Ooh. Combo. This is D-Tutor, but you have to give it to your opponent. It's got 3 charges, so they get 1, you get 1, they get 1. The idea is hopefully that you either win on the turn you use it or kill it. One damage isn't worth it. I'd rather keep up the threat of something. I need to make it look like I have something so that they don't try to start moving. Because if they try to start moving, then we're in hell. Deluge for 2. Oh! Hey, we gotta keep a card for that. Sure. That's fine. I'm not gonna discard anything here. This isn't good enough to reanimate. Okay. Queen kill their wish claw. Should be fine. Let's make sure they're not having a D-tutor in the future. Okay. Feeling pretty good about our direction. They feel like a combo deck that doesn't have the pieces right now. So that's good. It's Knight's Whisper. Well, tapped wrong for that. Oh, they don't feel like a creature deck, so having another Vrask activation should be nice. Master Worm will be useless unless they empty, yeah. I think Oath's very bad in this matchup. We probably board that out because they're not going to trigger it. Okay. D-tutor, what do I want in this position? Let's think about this. D-tutor for... Like, I'm almost thinking just Thoughtseize, keep him off action. D-tutor for Leovold. D-tutor for Liliana? Liliana's actually really nice. That gets some of the chaff out of our hand and starts threatening them. I think one of those threes sounds good. Let's resolve this. Yeah, this looks like Liliana versus Leovold, and I think Liliana works better with the hand we currently have. Okay. That's fine. So neither of those were resolving. Liliana feels like a little better of a threat. I'm going to discard Elish Norn before Terastodon. Because we can cast this Terastodon at this point. Okay, they've been stockpiling land. I need to start putting threat on the board. I don't think we need to give them much more time. They don't have much in hand. We need to start pushing on them. They're a combo deck that doesn't have combo yet. So you need to pressure that. Yep, then here's what I mean about. So they're going to try and go off next turn before we can, like, Terastodon them off. I would Terastodon cut them off blue, or Terastodon cut them off black and blow up one of my own lands. That's my... And then we can just, like, edict away all the tokens if we wanted. So Terastodon's my play next turn if they don't combo off. They only have 3 cards in hand. So, like, it would have to be, like, I don't know, Crime Spiral. They probably this feels like he's looking for a draw 7 in my mind. Okay. Spiral. Desire for 3, maybe? Or do you just have Yogg's Will? Oh, shit. Hmm. Okay. You don't have a lot down there. You've only got 6 mana. Vamp Tutor for... Oh, okay. How about Vamp Tutor empty, Ponder to draw the empty, empty, right? I think that sounds right. If I were them. Because look at their mana. They've got 6 mana here. They can draw with the Ponder, but then they only have 5 mana, so they can't Twister here. We have like 8 mana in play, or whatever. We're fine. You kidding? We have 7 lands in play right now. We can just hardcast this easy. We can hardcast Terrastodon next turn. So Ponder, grab the card you tutored for. You've got 3, 4, 5. They could also Brain Freeze for lethal. Ooh. Brain Freeze would be enough. We need to board into an Eldrazi here. Master Room costs 6. It's black, black, black 3. Come on, empty. Shit. Is this Brain Freeze then? Storm count 8, Brain Freeze? I think this is Storm count 8, Brain Freeze. Blue, Brain Freeze, Storm count 8, I lose. We need to bring in the Eldrazi. Yep, okay. That's fine. We have a sideboard for that. Oath is very bad here, so we're getting that out of here. Ulamog, get in. Any other pieces of... Hero's Downfall is also pretty bad here. Let's go ahead and put in, like, Nighthawk as, like, a threat. Leovold seems good in this match. Okay, this seems fine. So yeah, the brain freeze there, that is what it is. Imp is just aggressive. Do I have another bad card I don't want in the matchup? Elish Norn? I don't actually care about Elish Norn in this match. Maybe I do want to high roll it with the Imp. The other thing with the Imp is that it would let me discard an Eldrazi stuck in my hand. Yes, I'd like to play first. Wow. Wow. I'm putting Ulamog on the bottom of my library, where it's safest. You know, it's hilarious that this hand is just better because it has a mulligan. Ulamog is in the safest possible position. Thoughtseize. Miscalc, Ruby, Tendrils. I don't care if Tendrils is in their hand or grave. I probably just cut off this Ruby. Like, there's no difference between Tendrils. There's between good things and bad things, you know. Let's just hit the Ruby. This is slow as hell. This is very not great. I want them to burn the miscalc here. I'd rather have that here than on than them using the deluge to answer. Okay, 3 unknowns. I like Tar Pit. That pushes damage. Here's pressure. Like what? This gets the deluge. It's effectively 2 turns of creeping tar pit attacking. That's the idea here. We get them to deluge for 6. Yep. It's effectively 2 turns. That's a nice top deck. Hmm. I think I get rid of the ritual here. That burst lightning's a pain, but I can just Terrastodon to win here. It's fine. Alright, so their hand is Past in Flames, Burst Lightning, Tendrils. So I can Burst Lightning this if I activate it. So I'm not going to. I'm just gonna draw land and cast Terrastodon instead. This should be the game. Ha. so they get 1 turn. And with their cards in hand, I don't believe, even with 3 unknowns, that they're going to be able to kill me with this. Go fetch a red source, you can kill my tar pit. Yeah. Alright. That went well. We just need another one of those. The discard fodder seemed really nice. Yeah, anything else that's like a little bit more aggressively threatening? Like maybe I actually want things like Pelucanos level threats in this match. Primus was good. Masker Worm's the only one I feel like we might be able to board out. Thoughtseize and Inquisition feel really nice here. I don't have a lot that I like on the sideboard. Yeah, they didn't get to see Maldrazi, so they don't know about it in game 3. They might, like, if we can force them to go off, I'm just gonna roll with this. I could bring in the walkers, but... Wow, God, these hands are garbage. Original Ulamog. This hand doesn't do anything, right? It's a mold of 5 just to get a 2-lander? This is fine. Ulamog and the fetch land go on bottom, specifically so that I don't reshuffle the Ulamog back in. This is not fine, by the way. This hand sucks. And getting rid of the fetch is a little worse for the Creeping Tar Pit. That actually might be incorrect. I'm being greedy there. That. Oh, they're on a mold at 5 as well. All right. Well, then. Yeah, you cannot have Knight's Whisper in that hand. You don't need a redraw. What do I even want to seal for? We'll figure that out next turn. I think I want to sack Tribe right now. Remand it? Okay. All right, then. It was either Liliana or Leovold here. Nighthawk's okay. It's like attack for 3, but I'd rather disrupt them. Like, let's just get them empty-handed. Their last card in hand is a known Manamorphose, so... They're gonna cycle it? They are gonna cycle it. Hmm. Very hard to storm off without a hand, yeah. Liliana can also double Stone Rain him. 5 land's pretty good. That's self-targeting, right? No, okay. Well, thanks. I'm just gonna pass here. And there's Island. Rip. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Got a pretty annoying cough right now. Okay, so what do they tutor for? They have to play it immediately whenever they grabbed. So, Yogswell? Oh, they had to tutor before they knew I was gonna. They had to tutor before they knew I was gonna discard Ulamog, so they tutor for Will to start going Brain Freeze. But now it's not gonna work. Nice. So, like, what? They get to do this, Manamorphose, or Knight's Whisper, and maybe do a tutor and pass? Like, is that the best they have right now? How much of that do they want to spend? Like, yeah, so tutor, and then... Okay, here's my thought process if I were the... Oh, wait, no, they can't tutor it. I was gonna say, like, tutor... Because if they can resolve Thousand Year Storm, that's how they can win. Yeah, we cannot be brain frozen. The knowledge of an Eldrazi prevents us from being frozen. So they can tutor Manamorphose or Knight's Whisper. They have to use Yogg's Will there, it gets discarded, yes. Like, they have to go for it, and they just have to, like, try and make it work. It's all they can do. Liliana ult is effectively having them sacrifice all of their, like, half of their lands. So we can either cut them off black or cut them off red, something like that. It is something I would do. I would like to get to that point. I don't know where they go from here. I think it's Knight's Whisper and then hide whatever mystical tutor target is. In my mind. You mystical tutor, you draw 2 off Knight's Whisper, I make you discard, and then you hide... What, Past in Flames? Or maybe you just grab Past in Flames and put that in your yard next turn. Not this turn, because if you discard Past in Flames now, you'll lose. If we draw a land, I get to Grave Titan. If we don't draw a land, I get to Liliana plus, discarding whatever I draw. And if I play with a Grave Titan, I get to plus Liliana. So basically, I want to draw an untapped land here. Yeah, I don't know what their audible is. I don't know their deck well enough to know, but like Thousand Year Storm is a card I think they want to resolve right now, but they have to hard top deck it and play it the turn they draw it. So it's not great. They can freeze for like 5. Right? Like they Mystical Tutor, they Manamorphose, they freeze. Treasure Cruise. Okay. That's pretty good. That was their grab, by the way, Treasure Cruise. That's cards. Hmm. So here's my lethal threat. You're on a 2-turn clock now. So they're going to Treasure Cruise, tapping out for it. I want to ult Liliana here, or do I just want to get them got? Let's attack first. And triple Stone Rain. Cut you off a color, right? Like, this is what we do. The best spell they can get out of here is Toxic Deluge, wipe my board. That gets them out of the position. So that's what they have to do. They have to Deluge for 6 here or they lose the game. Okay, they lose the game. And so they kept the swamps, assuming a top decked Deluge. And all we need to draw was land. Oh, hell, that'd even be fine. Like, all we need to draw is lands or things that gas us, and this would be a reanimation spell. A very silly one, but it would be one. Whew, that was a match. That felt like a very strong deck that we got to kind of like beat on the back of mulligans plus Thoughtseizes. Now let's go into the final round for the night. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to plus Liliana and try to keep Liliana around there is that if they untap with 6 mana, I think there's a 2-card combination that can just win them the game from that position. Like, I'm pretty sure they could. There's easily cards in their deck that from that with that much mana, they could win even without will because they have Past in Flames. So, like, I don't want to risk that. Yeah, I'd like to play first. Yeah, sure. I've played worse. Got a Thoughtseize to slow my opponent down. What's going on? Hmm. Reanimator, huh? Hmm. Huh. That's bad. Looking at their cards, their deck quality seems higher than mine. I could hit the Signet, try to slow him down. I could hit the Reanimate. And just turn off their main plan. That probably is good, especially if I'm on Liliana here. I don't like leaving them with a mana drain. They might, if they, the problem is with mana drain, mana drain kills me, right? They mana drain into battle sphere. Like, that's very bad. This all sucks. I don't like this at all. Wish we could draw opening hands like theirs. Sorry, our deck doesn't contain those cards is the problem. Our deck is nowhere near the quality from, like, just looking at those cards. Our decks are of very different worlds. So they discard Mirror Ball. And my hope is to steal it. That's the line here. That's my entire play. I want them to play a land, Vraska my Liliana. That's the line. Mm-hmm. This is the line I was baiting with every move I've made to this point. Because I get to go Demonic Tutor. And I get to go Animate Dead. Actually, let's take Animate Dead. From here, nothing else is resolving. Okay. So I just Hero's Downfall, kill it? The Living Death sucks in this hand. I could play it, kill that, get my pack rat, get my sack tribe back, but that leaves Vraska in play. So, um, what if I kill Vraska then Living Death? Let's do that. How about that? That's a way better line. Yeah. Because, yeah, that's 3. We can do that. Don't mind me. I'm just thinking through all of my thoughts. There's a reason I talk through the lines, because if I don't, I'll make dumb mistakes. So I'm sacking the Sack Tribe here to have 2 activations of Pack Rat. The rest of this game is going to be me using Pack Rat for every turn. Their hand is a mana drain. I'm not casting into that. Difference between 3 and 2 here is none. Because my next turn attack is 16. Oh, they have a fetch. I should have done 3 there. Yeah. Leaving up this lets me play around a couple specific moves where they tap out to slam a threat down. No thanks. Alright. Can you beat Pack Rat? I don't need to cast spells. I don't care about your mana drain. Oh, I feel very good about the navigation of that game. Every single play in that game went the way I wanted. From Liliana, make them discard the battle sphere, get them to play Vraska, kill Liliana so they can't mana drain when I detutor for Animate Dead, and then roll back. Like, that all worked out perfectly. And it was basically what I wanted to see. We need a bribery in this matchup. And maybe a treachery. Let's actually add in these. Yeah, that seems fine. Those are cards that win the game if you get to them, right? That was a game you won from the knowledge on Thoughtseize? Yeah. Rats off. I don't think I want Exhume. Yes, we had islands in here. I think Exhume is bad here. I think Exhume is very bad. And I also think Oath is probably bad, too. I think both of these cards loses the game on resolution. So, with that, we're going to cut these and add in 2 islands, please. Alright, so these are cards that hopefully win us the game on resolution, is the idea. Is that gonna 3-0-6-0? There's no way. Fuck that. If this had blue on it, I might think about it. Oh, I did lose the brain freeze. Okay, thank you. Good. I forgot about that loss. So now this deck is not going to 3-0-6-0. This looks fine. Imperial Seal for Animate Dead? I don't know. What am I Imperial Sealing for? Maybe I just get down Leovold. Mold a 5 out of them. Oh, that actually changes it a lot. That's Imperial Seal for Thoughtseize, then. Like, let's just beat them. Thoughtseize. Jace, huh? Happy to have Thoughtseized. Detutor for a blue source is real. Detutor for Leovold is real. Just getting Leovold in play, they can't beat that, right? Five. Bribery of their own? So the problem here is they might just be able to play big stuff that kills us. If their hand just has big stuff, they can just play, like, prime time level threats right now. This is a prime time level threat, right? Leovold was too late. Yeah, they just drew a big threat. Sure. It's annoying. They still could do it. That's free. This card doesn't cost anything. Please. 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 Okay. Yeah, we don't have the blue for it because I went for Leovold first. I'm gonna try and use this necromancy to catch him off guard. Problem is I don't have time. Ooh, that kills the treachery. Do that now before they have another chance to draw. Specifically in case, like, I don't want them to mana drain it, so doing it now before the mana drain seems a little better. Or they'll just draw into mana drain and it won't matter. Damn. Well. That was the best I could try to play around mana drain, was that move. Damn. This felt like a game that should have been ours. That Leovold came down one turn too late. Our deck doesn't have any ramp. Oh, God, we can only make, like, really slow sorcery plays. It's really obnoxious. I guess knowing that they have treachery, I want to go for... They have treachery and mind control in their deck. So... Okay. They have, like, good blue cards. How do I want to deal? I think that means I want, like, Liliana... Like, I want these threats that can't be, like, stolen? There's so much lower impact, but... Like, these two might be the style of threat I want. Massacre Worm doesn't seem fine here. Actually, Massacre Worm's better than... Revolt's fine. Knights Whisper. Let's see, Terrestrial and Woodfall Primus are really good. Living Death is still great. Vraska... I think Vraska still has enough targets in this match. Maybe I don't want the Garrick. Yes, I'd like to play first. A+. Keep. Spell Pierce. Survival. Chase. I'm not letting you have survival. Okay, so they can spell pierce my tutor. I'm gonna set that up. Spell pierce my tutor, please. Okay. Signet. I'm gonna keep the Sac Tribe in play for the moment. Actually, it might be better to just tutor for... another blue source right off the bat. Well, get me that 6 mana. My kingdom for Leovold against this opponent. God damn. Yeah. Alright, so they're gonna steal the Grave Titan. Like, this is control magic or treachery. 100%. Pain, I can't play around that card. Like, my threats just aren't... What am I supposed to do about that? Okay. My own treachery? Okay, I got all the reanimation spells in the world, but there's nothing in the graveyard. I'm gonna try to trade and reanimate my Grave Titan. They're gonna bounce this with Jace, but there's nothing else to do. Okay. Well, now I can reanimate that like 3 ways from Sunday. Hell, mid-combat I can reanimate that. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, let's catch that mid-combat. What was that noise? What was that? Why did that happen? Why was there a dome? Okay, we're getting Fate Sealed. Uh-huh. Well, we just Necromancy at mid-combat. Block, kill both, and then hopefully we can win from that position. Yep, Chase Fate Sealing. It does also Wrath of God, and they take 10, yes. Wait for the trigger to resolve. Necromancy. Counterspell? Mana drain? No. Skirm. This card has Death Touch, by the way, as a 6/6. Hmm. And they play Murderous Rider, and that's enough of a threat to... No? But that gives you a lethal threat. Why would you not play that? How am I winning here? Getting them with the Masker Worm? So they didn't Fate Seal me, so I get to draw for real here. This is just I'm you but stronger. That's fine. I'll take the loss to I'm you, but the shadow, the true self, kicking my ass. Can you play 5 more creatures or something? Play Mere Battlesphere and pass. That's the only way we win this, is you go Mere Battlesphere and pass. There's no way you just did that. There's no way. Anyway, so they played Mere Battlesphere and passed. I don't know why they played Mere Battlesphere and passed. Magic the Gathering, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Sometimes you kill your opponent from full. Can't believe you managed to under the river in Magic the Gathering. Oh, we did it! I don't get to invoke good things. That's, oh my goodness. But I don't get to invoke good things. That's not my power. I get to invoke bad things. I'll take a V. Like, no, they get to hold that L. Like, that's theirs. Just Masker Room shows up, hold this. Like, oh. Let's go ahead and open these. Cool. I'm blown away. That was incredible. That was Magic the Gathering, everybody. I got stunned into silence because I don't get to invoke good things. That's just not how it goes. But, you know, if extreme ways are on my side, A+. Oh, God. All right. Okay, all right. That was perfect. I feel very good about that match. All right, I'm very speechless at it. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had a blast with Magic the Gathering. Us winning 3-0 with a deck that's just a extreme jalopy that our opponents fell into. So yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more, you can always follow. See when I go live tomorrow. I've got Teardown going on at 7:30 Central with Luke. And Friday is Gensokyo mod Slay the Spire. So thank y'all all for joining. I hope y'all had a good time. Subscribe for Cool Skulls. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.